How's it going, everyone? I'm Leslie the LMT, back again with another quick sequence to address the jaw. Whether or not you have TMJ or grind your teeth, this is a common area where we hold a lot of tension, and we'd be surprised how often we tighten and clench the jaw throughout our days. Be very mindful when working this area. Keep sensation at or below an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, and be aware it's a delicate area, so you work very gently. I like to, as much as possible, work both sides at once to maintain balance because asymmetry is a major cause of dysfunction in the jaw. Do this quick sequence often to release pent-up stress, especially if you have something like TMJ going on. So thank you so much, and from my heart to yours, enjoy this practice. We'll begin waking up the area with little taps starting at the hinge of the jaw. Bring this forward along the cheekbones and focus your attention to either side of the nose. You might be surprised by the amount of tension stored in this area. Move up to the temples. Now you're working the temporalis muscle, which is responsible for jaw movement. I find it important to keep reminding ourselves that wherever we feel pain might not necessarily be the same area as the source of that pain. Work back down to the cheeks and the hinge of the jaw. Move behind the ears to hit more of that temporalis muscle. Back to the jaw hinge. Now move down to the front of the neck under the jaw. Here you will find the sternocleidomastoid muscle, or the SCM. While this muscle is not responsible for jaw movements, it does attach up at the jaw, and I find loosening the front of the neck in general helps ease tension on the jaw as well. Last few moments to go back over any area that needs attention. Sandwich the ear between the fingertips and briskly rub in an up and down motion. Let's massage the temporalis now, tacking the fingertips to the bottom of the temples, then using straight fingers and firm pressure, draw and push the tissues gently upwards. Work from temples along the ear to behind the ear. As you draw the fingers up, you can let the jaw open down to increase the stretch. Make another pass from temples to behind the ear. Hit the temples one more time and then release. Find the very top of the hinge of the jaw now and use the same technique but to draw downward. Let the jaw open slackly to create space between the jaw bones and work the muscles between them. This is a delicate area, so work very gently and try to use the same amount of pressure on each side. Relax and dissolve any tension, building in another part of the body like the hands or the shoulders. You never want to tense any area to work another. We'll use our thumb tips next to work points from the jaw hinge along to the front of the cheekbones. Support the thumb into the curve of the index finger. Now press in with static friction with the same pressure on each side. If you have long fingernails, you can use a knuckle instead of the thumb. Just work gently to protect your finger joints. Let the jaw totally relax and be slack. Our jaws volunteer to clench up all the time. Do this series often to re-educate this area, making a new response pattern where the jaw can just be used for chewing and talking, not stressing and gritting. Especially as we get towards the front of the cheekbones, there's a surprising amount of tension stored here, so don't be surprised. Just work within your limits, keeping sensation at or below an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. Release, and to finish, gently tap along the area we just worked. We're going to carve the jawline now, using fingertips with one hand on top of the other to stabilize the straight fingers and the positioning of the hand on this thin edge. Make 3 passes. Now, starting where the ear and jaw meet, drag fingers downward to release this part of the neck. Go gently here as we're on top of a nerve plexus. Shake out the hands and switch sides, starting with 3 passes along the jawline. Now working from the bottom of the ear down the neck on this side. As a general rule, we don't want to put pressure on nerves, so if the sensation is zingy, prickly, sharp, hot, and/or electric, don't worry, just ease up and move from that spot. Shake out the hands and release it. Now work the jaw with friction, doing some small circles, maybe some taps to integrate this work. We're going to work that SCM muscle I mentioned in the front of the neck now. Again, this muscle isn't responsible for jaw movement, but everything's connected, and I just find in my experience as a therapist that it helps ease up the area around the hinge of the jaw where the SCM attaches. Stabilize with a straight thumb on the inner edge of the SCM, then supporting your fingers with the opposite hand, roll the fingertips over the muscle. This muscle tends to collect a lot of trigger points, so remember to keep the sensation at or below an 8 out of 10. This muscle is very rolly, so you'll want to pincer it slightly to keep hold of it while you roll the fingertips over it. Work from top to bottom of the SCM on this side. This may be an odd sensation, it's a muscle we don't normally touch, so just work within your comfort zone. Release. Shake out the hands and you can give the thumbs a little gentle traction. Move to the second side, stabilizing with the thumb and rolling the fingers across this muscle. Throughout your day, if you can remind yourself periodically to let go in your jaw, you can put the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth along that ridge right behind the top teeth. Apply very mild pressure with the tip of the tongue and see how that relaxes and creates space in the hinge of the jaw. Do this throughout your day as a quick tension release. Release, shaking out the hands, and give the thumbs some traction. Quick neck stretch side to side. The hand on the head is applying very gentle pressure, not forcing or cranking. Well done. Repeat this sequence often to release tension in the jaw. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel for an ever-growing library of resources on becoming your own best body worker.